today. So glad to have you here. You are welcome, 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 welcome. Okay. Yeah, we are live today. I'm just trying to adjust the other device. So, you all welcome. Today is back to school tips for all learners, and I have decided that I want to look like a learner. Do I look like a learner with my cornrows? These cornrows, I will do another video so that you would understand why I am laughing. Because can you imagine? Hey, when I do the video, you will understand. But let's just leave it like that. Come with me to come and make less than 10 cornrows for 5,000. Really? Okay. So back to the cocoa of today. Today is a good day. It is a day that the Lord has made, and we will have reasons to rejoice and be glad in it. Are you glad about today? Are you excited about today? Just with me. What or how has your day been? What have you been up to? What have you been doing? Right? Let me know. What have you been doing? What has your day been up to? Have an amazing day. Have a lot of targets to meet up with. Personal targets. Yeah. Personal targets. Alright, so without wasting your time further, let's get into it right now. So back to school tips for learners. Remember I told you, bring all your children, let them come and hear these things. Yeah. It's very, very important to let them come and hear these things. Let them come and listen. Listen. Because it would make the teachers stress less this new school year. It would also make the parents stress less when everybody's on the same page and everybody are understanding what needs or which role each person needs to play. Right? You know, when you teach children about family, who is a member of family and all that, you also teach the roles that are expected of each member of the family. Though sometimes some roles are intertwined, right? We understand that as much as they are intertwined, we also need people to know that they have specific roles to play. So if we've talked about tips for teachers, and teachers understand the roles that they need to play to make this year a successful year for them, we also talked about tips for parents. Now it's time to talk about tips for learners. The learners need to understand that they have a role to play. They're not just going to go to school and bid their parents goodbye, or go back home and bid their teachers goodbye. No, it's not just about transiting from one location to the other. It's more about you. So everybody's doing this thing for you. You, what are you doing for yourself in this matter? So that's what we're going to talk about today. You, hey learners, what are you doing for yourself in this matter? Let's talk. All right, so the first tip I'm going to give you is get organized. Get organized. Some people, get organized. Do you hear me? Get organized. Get organized with your belongings. Know where your shoe is. Know where your socks is. Know where your bag is. Know where your books are. Get organized. And then, if you know that there are some things that you have that when you get to school, some other persons may have it, or some other persons may have something similar, but there might be a slight difference, but something similar to yours. Tag your items. Tag your items. It's something that you will need to remind your parents or your teachers. I know teachers do that a lot, right? Teachers do that. They are always quick to tag items so that they don't mix up student things. But you as a student, tag your own. Make the workload lesser for your parents and you. You may be, okay, so that is for older students, right? If you're a younger learner, your parents or your teachers will tag for you. But as older learners, tag your items. Make sure you're able to identify and know your things. Get them organized. Get them put together in a place so that you know where to get it. Getting them organized and knowing where and when to get these things saves you time. You don't have to start running all around and like it's morning, it's time for school. Where is my shirt? Where is my shoe? Where is my book? Or you get to school and you didn't submit your assignments because you forgot it in the car, or because you forgot it in the house, or because you didn't do it, or you threw it under the chair or somewhere, and you're not organized. It's not good at all. So get organized, right? Very, very important. The next one is stay healthy. So school would force you to stay healthy by enforcing rules and routines and all that. Make sure you wash your hands before you get into, as you come down from the car and into the school, you wash your hands before you get into your classrooms, right? That is part of ensuring hygiene, personal hygiene. But then when you go to the restroom where nobody is entering with you, do you flush afterwards? Really? That's part of personal hygiene. Do you flush afterwards? Or when you're having your snack or eating, do you clean after you? Or you just leave it? School has cleaners now. Why are they paying the cleaners? Let the cleaners come and do the job. No, don't do that. This particular tip is not just for younger or older learners. It's for all learners. There's nothing like I'm a younger learner and all that. That's why Montessori method teaches you how to clean after. And at what age do you start that? You're already 2. You're learning how to clean after. You clean up your mess. I've been a preschool teacher for 3 years. And I do that with my learners. When I came into the system, I see that the children didn't know how to trash things. Why? Why won't you know how to trash things? As young as you are, you should have that imbibed in your system. I do this, and I also introduced it in my church during when we had one training like that. And I just mentioned it like, I don't understand why people always mess up the church and all that. It became a thing. They now started having small bins around. Ensure you trash. Let it be part of your system to trash after you. Let it be part of your system to flush after you. Let it be part of your system to wash your hands after you. Do you understand? It's very, very important. This washing of hand things, I'm always quick to tell my learners that, do you want to have germs? Because if you don't wash, you put germs you put dirty hands in your mouth and then you have germs and all that. So if you don't want to go to the hospital, if you don't want to see the doctor, if you don't want to get sick, and you don't want to have germs, then you need to wash your hands. And wash it all the time. Just for personal hygiene, right? And then talking about personal hygiene and healthy living, you need to also rest well. Part of rest is sleep. How many hours do you sleep? You come back from school and then you are fixated on the TV. You watching. You watch until mama calls. You've not set your own sleep time for yourself. You've not allowed your brain to rest and relax. It's not a good thing to do. It's very, very important to take your sleep seriously so that you'll be mentally alert for learning the next day, right? I'm not here to preach the number of hours you need to sleep. The important thing is you need to observe your rest. When you're well rested, you will know. Because sometimes you may go to sleep, I went to sleep by 8, and then you're laying on the bed, you're not sleeping, you're not resting, your mind and your thoughts are all over the places. And you've been there from 8 to 6 a.m. And then you come out, I slept for 10 hours, I slept for 12 hours, I slept for 8 hours. Really? Is that true? Did you really sleep for those number of hours? Or you were just there on the bed, right? So when I talk about sleep, it's not so much about the number of hours you lie on the bed. It's more about the number of hours you are rested. That means your mind, your thoughts, everything is rested. It has gone to sleep. Everything about you is calming down, just so that they can prepare your body for the next day, right? So that's point number 2. Now let's move on clearly to point number 3. It says set clear goals. What are your goals for this new school year? Hello everyone, thank you very much. House of God joined. Oh really? Thank you very much for everyone that has joined. Hey, Samuel joined and Oida. Thank you very much for joining. So let's talk about setting clear goals. What goals are you setting for yourself? Your teachers will set goals for you. Your parents will set goals for you. As a learner, what goals are you setting for yourself? And now when we talk about goals, we don't just mean because it's a back to school season, you just set just academic goals. No. You're not going to set just academic goals. You're going to set personal goals as well. Okay, so part of personal goals could be personal and social goals. Could be how many friends will I make this new year? Or how friendly will I be? Okay, I need to always put on a smile so that I'll be friendly to people within my circle and out of my circle. I need to greet every time I see someone. I need to greet. These are part of setting goals, right? It's not just about your academics. I need to ensure that I take my personal hygiene and health very, very important, seriously, right? That's part of setting goals. Do you understand? So when we say set clear goals, you're very clear about what you want to achieve, what you want to accomplish by the end of the school year. By the end of the school year, I want to be the best student. I want to be the best student, not just in mathematics. How about the best student in swimming? How about the best student in sports? How about win certain medals during your games festival? That's inter-sport, as some schools call it, right? How about that? That should be part of your goals, not just have A's in maths, have A's in literacy, and have A's in all of this and all that. No, it's not just about that. You need to set clear goals for yourself. Okay? Right. So let's continue. So the next one is be curious and engage in class activities. Be curious. I love when my learners are curious. When there's that curiosity in you to find out what, because I'm also a curious person. Like the saying goes, curiosity, sorry please. Okay, we're back. Like the saying goes, curiosity kills the cat, right? That's it. But you should be curious, but know where to draw the boundary, right? Be curious and engage in the learning in the classroom. Engage in the learning process. So how do you engage in it? By asking questions. That would help you understand some things well. When you don't understand what you're learning, ask questions so that you get a clearer picture. If you can't ask your teacher, ask your peers. If your peers can't explain, go back to your teacher and ask your teacher. Your teacher will always be eager and ready to respond. And if your teacher is not giving you a clear answer and all that, then try and do your research. How do you do your research? If you're a younger learner, you discuss this with your parents and then try to Google it and all that. If you're an older learner, you go and search books, search online and all that. Very, very important. You need to build that curiosity in yourself. And you need to engage in class activities. Part of engaging in class activities is wanting to, it would help your teacher notice your strengths and your weaknesses. Very, very important. When you don't engage in class activity, your teacher will just be like, this child, I really can't tell because he's always on his own. I know in every class there are children that are like that. They don't want to. You have to always and always push for them to engage in learning activities. But you see, those type of children, when it's time for play, they can engage very well though. Don't be that learner this year that engages only when it's time to play. also engage in learning activities. Because as much as if you understand that it's important to engage in learning activities, you would translate that engagement into your play, so that your play is not just running around. Your play now becomes constructive, so that for every time you are playing, you are learning something out of the play. You're not just playing for play's sake, right? All right. Let me know if we are making sense, if we are getting what we're saying, right? Okay. So the fifth point is stay connected. Don't be disengaged. Don't be like that learner that will be in the classroom, staring directly into the teacher's eyes, but the mind and thoughts are elsewhere. Don't be that learner. Engage and stay connected. Very, very important. Stay connected. Stay connected to the learning process. Stay connected with your teachers and peers. Get to know your teachers. Try to connect with people. Try to connect with your peers. Try to connect with your friends, even people that are not in your school. Try to connect with them. If you live in an estate or so, there are times when you're not just coming from your house to your school and back to your house. There'll obviously be days where you meet children from other schools or from other houses and all that. So in those moments, try to connect with people and get to know their thoughts on things, on subject matters, on relate. Very, very important. Don't just be an island. Don't just stay to yourself. Connect, all right? The sixth point, seek help when needed. Seek help when needed. Can you say that? Seek help when needed. Seek help. No man is an island. You need to learn to seek help. Ask for help all the time. Whenever you need help, ask for help. Don't just do things by yourself, or you've been trying and you've not been able to figure it out, and the thing is giving you mental stress, and you go to sleep that way. You wake up, you continue. They said a problem shared is a problem half solved, right? Sharing it has now taken all the burden away from you. Now you've shared the burden with the next person. The next person will also try to figure it out for you. And two heads are better than one. Once someone is thinking about it with you and all that, you would begin to see the solution in a light that you didn't see it before. I did a coaching program in the month of August. And in that coaching program, I was a student. I was a learner, right? So there were some assignments that we were given that I didn't really, and we were supposed to do because of the peculiarity of the situation that we are doing it online and all that. I didn't really understand. I reached out to some persons and I asked questions. That's how to do. Okay, so even if the person you reach out to did not understand, when you engage, you see, we are going back to engaging in the classroom and staying connected. Because we're all connected one way or the other. When we have our group coaching, different people will talk about different areas and all that. While one person was talking about something, I got a clearer picture of that assignment that I didn't get. So now I'm going back to redo that assignment with a clearer understanding than how I did it before. So it's very, very important for you to seek help when needed, because you are not an island. Another important thing to do is celebrate your achievements. Celebrate your wins. Today, I was able to trash after me. That's an achievement. If you've not been able to do that with ease before now, that you were able to do that today, is an achievement. So celebrate your achievements, celebrate your wins. That you were able to trash today, celebrate it. That's one step in the right direction. Hmm? And then again, what are the achievements? Just think about it. Like maybe you are used to going to the toilet and not flushing. That is just a lifestyle. I don't know how somebody can be used to that. But maybe that's the lifestyle you're used to. And now you've heard that you need to stay healthy and work on your personal hygiene. And then you now start flushing. You need to celebrate it. Make noise about it. As a preschooler, one of my students, when we started writing, so in preschool there are stages that we don't start writing as we resume school and all that. There are stages to it. So the moment we started writing one, so it's easier for children to just write one. They can just be playing and then they stroke down, right? That was very easy. By the time we had to do two, where you put the curve, a lot of children struggled with it. They find it easier to do the straight lines than the curves. This particular learner, we're talking about celebrating achievements, right? So don't be lost in the story. This particular learner was writing strokes for the longest of time. And then the one day I insisted, no, you have to move forward because I know you can do it, right? And we tried. The first day, she didn't get it. So she went home and said she does not want to write any other number except 1. When the dad came to pick her, I had the discussion with the dad. I said, no, today she's not happy today because we tried to enforce writing of number 2. She has been on 1 for the longest of time. It's time to move forward and all that. And then after having the conversation, she went home. And she came back the next day and she was pumped up. Because why? We have tried in school. I've communicated it to the parents. They've gone home, tried it at home again, and she came the next day and she was eager to want to try again. So you see, it's a two-way thing. And then when she came and she was eager to, and we did it, she didn't get it that day, but there was this joy of, oh, I'm making steps. And the day she wrote 2, we celebrated it. That's how it should be. Celebrate your achievements, no matter how little. Your little wins. There are some things that you do personally. There are some things that I've done that I didn't take seriously. Another example is I can dance easily. There are some steps that I can do. And then one day, a celebrity put up that she had to learn. And when I saw what she was learning, and she was like, the people that can dance, people don't know what I was like, really? So this is something I can do with ease. But I don't celebrate it, or I don't take it seriously. I don't act like, oh, this is a big deal, right? No. You need to celebrate your wins. You need to be able to celebrate the little things that you can do that you take for granted. You need to celebrate it. It's very, very important. All right, so let's move on to the next point. Limit distractions. It's a new school year. Everything will be distracting you. Everything will be calling for your attention. Some children would rather play than read. Limit it. There's time for everything. When it's time to learn, when it's time to be in the classroom, be in the classroom. When it's time to join extracurricular activities, join it. When it's time to play as much as you can. But remember that there is time for everything. So limit your distractions. Don't let screen time distract you from the things that you need to do. Because trust me, this time, once it is lost. You will take so much effort to gain it back. So it's very important that you limit your distractions, right? And then, as much as you are limiting your distractions, you are creating a quiet and focused environment for yourself for study. You need to also learn to stay safe. Stay safe. Very important. One of the milestones in early years is if a child is able to identify what they call it, obstructions, is then able to maneuver obstructions or sorry, I'm missing out how it's being stated in the learning objectives. One of the key milestones. Very, very important. Some children just walk into danger without knowing. That consciousness is not there. Sometimes some children walk into danger out of curiosity, right? But sometimes without the lack of consciousness. You need to learn to stay safe. Don't put your teachers in trouble. Okay, you are playing and you're not playing with the consciousness of safety. You're just playing with the conscious, you're just excited and all that and all that. And then the next thing, something goes wrong. Your teacher is gone. Or what if it even happens at home? I've been in a situation where a child fell and broke her tooth in school, not in my class. Another child in my own class, this same thing happened to the child at home. Imagine a 2-year-old that the tooth is already off. In my own class, it happened at home. So what are we saying? It can happen anywhere, at home or in school. That consciousness of safety is very, very important. Stay safe. As much as you're playing, as much as you're learning, stay safe. So for science students, maybe you're doing one experiment or the other, put on your safety gears. Put on your safety gears. What if it's not, even if it's not an experiment? Stay safe. Identify dangers and keep away, keep your distance from dangers. It's very, very important. Learn to stay safe. And then, lastly, but not the least, stay positive. Say that again. Stay positive. Be positive in your approach towards life, towards the new school year. Stay positive. You don't like a particular person. Why don't you like that person? Has the person done anything to you? It could be your parents, it could be your teacher. You don't like it. Getting some messages, right? I look forward to Saturday. Saturday's live show is going to be very interesting because people will